I love it because Stream is putting a whole recognition department in place.
Yeah.
See, we're going to see the corporate office doing a lot of that for us, but I tell you what, that's not where it ends. We need to be recognizing people on our team.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if they do little bitty things or big things, we still need to recognize them. If somebody gets one customer, make a big deal out of it. And you know, in your mind, you may be thinking, those suckers should have 10 by now. They just got one. Yeah, that may be true, but they got that one, and you never know. That may be the springboard that really gets their business going. They have that little bit of success. But I think it's we call them and recognize them and talk to them. And, you know, it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Print out a little certificate saying, way to go. Guys, we can do anything that we want to, but we need to recognize people for their accomplishments. I think people, no, it's a proven fact that there's a lot of people that'll do more for a compliment than they will for money, ladies and gentlemen. We need to be recognizing it. You know, between Rob and Steve and Bouncer and Ryan, all those guys, they've got a lot of money on the books. I mean, we can make a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
If we just put out some effort. So the money's there. Now, let's put that other piece and put that recognition piece in there. Everybody follow me?
Yes.
You be looking at that back office and see what your team's doing. And if they sign up an associate, make a big deal out of it. If they get a customer, make a big deal out of it. Let's encourage people all the way to being successful. All right. Culture of high energy, culture of having fun, culture of learning and growing, culture of recognition. Oh, this is the one. Culture of personally sponsoring and producing. It is easy for us to tell people what to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you realize people can't hear what you say for watching what you do? Do you realize this is a monkey see, monkey do business?
Yeah.
Do you realize that they're going to follow your example and your leadership? Here's what happens to us though, guys. We get a little bit going on our team and we kind of shift from producing and personally sponsoring and doing all that. We kind of shift into management mode and we start managing our team. We think, well, I'm going to start managing these guys. And it may not even be a conscious thought, but watch yourself. You'll start managing instead of doing what you did to get your team moving in the first place. We got to keep doing what gets our team moving. We've got to keep leading by example. We need to keep personally sponsoring and producing as we build our teams, ladies and gentlemen. That is paramount to our success. I think one of the reasons that I got up the food chain as far as I did was I got one leg going and it got to moving and making money, but I didn't stop there. I'd go get me another leg going, and then I'd get me another leg going, and then I'd get me another leg going. I think that's one of the reasons that I've had the success in the company that I've had. I don't just focus on one leg and say, okay, I'm making some money and then put it in neutral. I kept going, kept sponsoring, kept building, and I challenge you guys to do the same thing. Lead by example. I promise you, your team's watching what you do. Here's something you can do is you come to a meeting, and I try to do this. When I bring a guest, I'll walk around and say, hey, I want you to meet my guest, Blake. Hey, I want you to meet my guest, Terry. Hey, I want you to meet my guest, Willa. And I'm not bragging that I brought a guest. I want everybody to know that I brought a guest. Why? Because then I want them going, hey, Presley brought a guest. I guess I should be bringing guests to this meeting.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. I love everybody in here, and we have a great time. Stream's culture is amazing. I have fun every meeting I go to. I mean, it's a blast. I mean, Rob has created a culture that's amazing for us. And I love seeing everybody. But do you realize this isn't a social club, though?
Right.
This is a let's make some money club, let's change some lives club, let's help some people's club. That's what this is. And the way we do that is getting people to the meetings. And we all don't have a guest to bring every week, but guys, we need to be bringing somebody on a regular basis. We don't just show up all the time and it just be us. Get those guests and bring them in, guys. We've got to have a culture of personally sponsoring and producing. Number 6, a culture of promoting. A culture of promoting. My gosh, you get promoted to RD, what do you get?
$300.
$300. You get promoted to MD, what do you get?
$500.
$500. You get promoted to SD, what do you get?
$1,000.
ED, $5,000. ND, $10,000. Guys, there's a lot of other money than just that, but I mean, just when you promote, you get that pop, boom. Now, that's not the only reason we promote, guys. We want to keep people moving up the food chain. But here, everybody look up here and get this point. I'd rather have a big check than I had just have a title. You follow me?
Yeah.
Some people build a house of cards just throwing anybody in the business just so they can get to that next level. You should have the strongest director code possible. You should have the strongest regional director code possible. You should have the strongest managing director code and senior director code, executive director code. All your codes should be strong because it's just more money for you. Do you realize when you promote from regional director to managing director, that regional director code keeps paying you? You go from managing director to senior director, both those codes under you keep paying you. You don't want to just build a house of cards and say, boy, I'm an ED or I'm an SD and have no money coming in. It is key to get quality people as you build. You know, that was one of the things I thought, Blake. I used to think that, okay, I'm going to use all my good people up. Do you realize, number one, you don't know who's going to be good and who's not.
Right.
The ones that you think will be good probably won't be. And the ones that you don't think will be worth the flip, they probably are going to be good. I mean, it's crazy that way. But here's the other thing I figured out. 14 years into this business, I'm still running into good people. Don't pull that, oh, I'm going to use all my good people up. No, you're not. There's 330 million Americans. We got a whole lot of people to talk to. So let's just keep putting good people in, building a strong, solid business so that we get those residual checks. I love hearing what I heard up on stage earlier. The residuals, why you do this, guys.
Right.
See, residual means you do something once, but you get paid over and over and over again for it. Don't be wrong. The bonuses are nice, and I'm not going to throw any of those checks away, but I do this for the residual. I built a team for the residual. You should be building a strong, solid team for the residual. So get promoted, absolutely, but put good quality people in, good quality customers in. You know, here's another pet peeve of mine. Somebody will throw a customer in that they know is not going to stay. Why?
Yeah.
No, guys. That doesn't help us. Doesn't help us build residuals. Doesn't help the company. Doesn't help anybody. We should be putting good quality customers in to build our residual. I'll say it one more time. We do this for residual. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what level you're on. Promote yourself to that next level. You should be working. You should have a date. We got ignition coming up. Everybody in this room should be, it should be a goal to get one more level up before ignition so you can walk across that stage one pin level higher. Guys, we got to get promoted. We got to teach that on our team. When somebody on your team gets promoted, guys, it should be like their birthday. I mean, we should be celebrating with them all day long that they got promoted. And then as soon as they enjoy that one day, get them on that next level. I mean, get them working towards being the next one. But I tell you, when I call people, I say, hey, congrats on making MD. I said, you enjoy that today and tomorrow, but by Thursday, you'll be busting your butt to get to be an SD. I mean, we got to keep moving up. That's what does it for us, guys. It keeps us moving. And again, it shows our team that that's what everybody should be working on. We need to have a culture of promoting. Number 7, a culture of attending events. Well, I know I'm preaching to the crowd now because we're here, right?
Right.
But don't you wish you had just a handful of your teammates with you right now? Don't you wish you could hear that you could have some of your team here sitting listening to all this stuff and not just you or maybe you and a couple of people? I'm telling you right now, you want to make sure that your team gets to ignition, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be an ignition beyond all ignitions. Have you seen all the stuff that they've been throwing on the table for us at Super Saturday? And then we got all the stuff there at the ED huddle we had. They keep throwing stuff out there. They're going to throw more stuff out there at ignition. Guys, we have an amazing company that's fixing to take off like a rocket ship. You need to be at ignition and you need to have your team at ignition. We build at network marketing, we build from event to event to event. Big events are how we build our team. Sure, the weekly meetings and all that's great. We need them, sure. But we need to get everybody to the big events. They need to get to see a bigger picture of what our company's about. And that's what we do at these big events. Get people to big events. Get your team there. Everybody in this room, we should be working on getting as many people to ignition as we possibly can. Get them signed up today. Let's see, a culture of attending events. Number 8, a culture of being involved. Everybody look up here. I don't even know if that's, I should get, Rob's better with words than I am. I should get him to get these words there. Here's what I really mean by number 8 is, it's not when you get into stream, it's when stream gets into you. Right?
Yeah. Amen.
I mean, this is a business that, you can sign up. Sure, we can sign up. We may even do a little bit. But you've got to understand that if you want to have success, if you want to have where it's life-changing, if you want to have it where you're helping lots of people change their lives, it's not about the date that you sign up at Stream. It's about the day that Stream gets into you and you start taking it serious. It always amazes me. People throw something like me, well, y'all act like that's a cult or something. No. Or they'll say, man, you just too into that. No. Let me ask you, do you think Bill Gates was into Microsoft?
Yeah.
Do you think he kind of let it get inside him and he was focused on it, and I mean he was really into that? I would say absolutely, yeah. How about Michael Dell? Do we think he got into Dell computers there when he was getting that thing going? And do you think he was focused on that? Do you think he kind of thought about it morning, noon, and night? Do you think he was into it? How about Mary Kay with Mary Kay? Do you think she was kind of into that makeup and stuff? Do you think she was focused on that? Do you think she was really making it happen?
Yes.
How about Jeff Bezos, Amazon? You know, I've read his story, you know. He was in there packing boxes and selling books is how he got that thing started. He was into it though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you this. This can be your big business too. This can be your big change in life too. But it won't happen if you just play with it. People are going to have to think you're a little bit crazy. I mean, I guarantee you they thought Jeff Bezos selling books, they thought he was half crazy. I don't think they think he's crazy now, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, most people aren't going to come with you on this journey to changing your life. Most people are going to sit around and complain about how their lot in life isn't what they want it to be, but they're not going to be willing to do what you do to change it. See, it's not going to be in one day it's going to change. You got to have this thing deep down in you. You got to understand there's going to be good days and bad days, good weeks and bad weeks. But if you stay the course and if you stay focused and if you're into it and if you get that rhino skin where you don't care what people think about you, who cares what they think? Are they going to take care of you when you're old?
No.
No. Are they going to send your kids to college? No. Are they going to pay your mortgage? No. Then who cares what they think?
That's right.
We've got to understand that we've got to be focused on what we're doing, and Stream is something we can be proud of, and it's something that we should be focused in, and we should be getting after this thing like our life depended on it, because I think in some ways it might.
Yeah.
Guys, we've got to be in our Stream business, and I tell you what, I take it as a badge of pride when somebody tells me that I'm focused. Yeah, I am focused. I take it as a badge of pride if they say, you go down there where everybody's happy, yeah, so you go to that job where everybody's sad. Let's get real. I like being around you guys. I enjoy being around people that are trying to improve themselves and grow as a person and change their lives and leave an example. That's what I like to be around. We need a culture of high energy, a culture of having fun, a culture of learning and growing, a culture of recognition, a culture of personally sponsoring and producing, a culture of promoting. We need to have a culture of attending events, and we need to have a culture of being involved and getting Stream deep down inside us when we take it serious. All right, that's my little section on culture right there. Now, I've got 9 minutes to talk about goal setting. You're going to have to listen real fast on this goal setting stuff. You know, I think one of the keys in my life as far as success goes is if you look on my phone, on my memos, I've got them on phone because my phone is always with me. So if I'm even on the road, if I'm in Philly or if I'm in Atlanta or wherever I happen to be, I've got my goals with me and I read them in the morning. And you say, well, don't you know what your goals are? Yeah, I know what they are. But I tell you what, I read them to refresh my mind on what I'm trying to accomplish with my life. And, you know, in the evening, before I go to bed, obviously I miss some, but I try every evening to read my goals. So, again, when I'm sleeping, do you realize your mind never really shuts off, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
And if you'll put those goals in your mind right before you go to bed, your mind will be thinking about those all night on how it's going to accomplish things. And do we need financial goals? Yes, we need financial goals, absolutely. Somebody the other day said, yeah, that's why you say that first, money, money, money. Well, I'm going to say this. If you're struggling to pay the bills, it's hard to focus on any other goals, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, if I'm trying to figure out how to make the rent, how to pay the car payment, it's hard for me to focus on other goals. I put financial goals. Do I think money's the most important thing? No, I don't. I think it's the good Lord first, family second, and then money. But I'll tell you what, we've got to have some money, and if we're pious running around acting like we don't need some money to exist, something's crazy. You're not being in the real world, because I don't know about you guys, but I've got bills. You got to have those, a little money to pay those. So you need to have financial goals. You need to know when you're going to promote, what you want your MEI check to be, and all that stuff. How much debt do you have now? Start working on getting your debt down. Start working on getting a little money put back. One thing I'll say is, you start making money in Stream, Don't run out and start buying a bunch of new stuff. Get out of debt first and then get you a little money in the bank second.
Amen.
Then sure reward yourself after that and buy you something that you want. But I tell you what, guys, you need to be getting out of debt. We're a slave to debt, a lot of us. And I tell you what, get out of debt. I don't know how I got into that. I'm running out of time. Okay. But we need financial goals. We need health goals. I learned early on that if you don't have your health, it doesn't really matter. By the way, I wish y'all would remember a guy named Maurice Dorsey in your prayers. My assistant coach called me, Rob, yesterday. Maurice about 5 years younger than I am. He was my assistant coach for years. He called me yesterday, and he's talking, and I can tell something ain't right. He's got bone cancer.
Oh, God.
His kidneys have shut down. He's on dialysis, and this is a guy in his mid-50s. He is a great guy. But remember, Maurice Dorsey made me cry, guys. I love Maurice. But anyway, if we don't have our health, nothing else matters. Have some goals, maybe lose a pound or two, or get the cholesterol down, or get the sugar down, or get whatever down. But we need some health goals. And if you're in good shape, then have a goal to run a half marathon or something. Have a goal to do something else, but we need those physical goals, guys. Number 3, we need relationship goals. Guys, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have somebody to enjoy it with you, life's pretty ugly, guys. We need to have relationship goals that we need to be working with our spouse or with our kids or with whatever. And then the last one is personal growth goals. And I've already talked about that a little bit, but that's the 4 areas that we need goals. Get a picture of this, guys, because I'm going to have to go through this real quick. You need to have goals that motivate you. I don't have little goals. I got big goals. My goals motivate me. When I hit a goal, I'm excited about it because I hit something big. I think we need to have goals that motivate us. Don't put little goals. You have some bigger goals, guys, because you can accomplish so much more than you ever thought you could. You got to understand that everybody in here, you can do so much more than you think you can. But you got to set those goals up there and then start working towards getting them. You need to have specific, measurable goals. You know, it's great to say, hey, I want to make more money. I mean, that's okay. We all want to make more money, right? But how do we measure that? So what if in 2019 I make $500 more than I did in 2018? Have I met my goal? We can't really answer that, can we? But if we say, hey, I want to make $10,000 more in 2019 than I did in 2018, I can tell if I hit that goal. Guys, I want to work harder, okay? That's good. We all want to work harder in our business. I can't really measure working hard, but you know what I can say is I want to make 5 phone calls a day. I want to show at least 5 plans a week. I can measure that. Guys, we need stuff that we can measure in our stream business to know what we're accomplishing. And everybody look up here real quick. Let me say this. This has nothing to do with this, but if you're wanting to get somewhere in life, you've got to work your stream business. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
You've got to be out showing the plan. I always tell people all the time, how did I get here? I showed the plan, and showed the plan, and showed the plan, and showed the plan. And if the person didn't want to be my business partner, I got him as my customer, and I went to the next one. If you're not out showing the plan, if you're not working on your list and setting appointments and showing that plan, you're not doing this business, guys. You got to get out there and put the effort out, or it's not going to happen. But we need measurable goals. Time-bound goals. I have a date on when I want to accomplish all my goals. See, if you have a goal, but you don't put a date on it that you want to accomplish it, there's no urgency to it. You got to have that urgency. That's why I think, ignition coming up, that's a great time. I mean, that's a great date to put on there that by ignition, I want to be promoted or whatever you're working towards, but have a date on all of your goals. Have an action plan. How am I going to accomplish what I want to accomplish? And in Stream, guys, it's plugging in to everything you can plug into, it's setting appointments, and it's showing the plan. Now, when I say show the plan, if your team's keeping you busy showing the plan, then by golly, be showing the plan for your team. But the minute you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs, go show some plans for you. We've got to keep showing the plans. That's going to be your action plan right there. Plug into everything you can plug into with Stream. Set appointments, show the plan. If you're doing that, guys, I promise you, good things are going to happen, and you'll start meeting those Stream goals. Now, if it's a goal to lose 30 pounds, then obviously it's eat less and move more, right? I mean, if we can have some goals, I'm going to cut out breads and starches. I'm going to walk, 10 blocks. I'm going to whatever. But you got to have some action steps to help you reach your goals. So know what you're doing to get to those goals. Write them down. I think that is so key. I talk to people all the time, and I say, do you have any goals? And they go, oh, yeah, I got something in my mind. Now, something about writing goals down, ladies and gentlemen, does something. I don't know what it is, but it does something when you write those rascals down. And I'm going to challenge you. Write them on a piece of paper, put them where you can see them, but then I'm gonna challenge you to make a copy to your memo on your phone, where when you're out, if you're sitting there and there's nothing to do, you read those goals one more time. The next day, read them one more time. And the next day, read them one more time to keep them fresh on your mind so you know what you're
I have it on live on Facebook.
I'll say it one more time. We don't
people
get
seen it.
do-overs in this life, guys. And if you want to accomplish something, you'll figure out real quick, you can get so much more done if you'll have some goals. All right, write them down. Take action daily. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? I talk to people all the time, they go, oh, I'm gonna start next week, or boy, when the new year gets here, or, you know, when Aunt Agnes moves out of the house, I'm gonna really get into it, or, you know, when the kids get off to college, I'm gonna really get after it. You gotta understand, there's always gonna be something that you can use as an excuse to not do things, guys. There's always gonna be something there. Every day, do a little bit. Do you realize your life is not you doing some big, huge thing? Everybody look up here and get this. This is a key point. When I learned this, it helped me so much. Life is not doing one huge thing. Life is all those little things that you do every day to improve yourself. All those little bitty steps that you take, all those things, they add up to be your life's accomplishments, ladies and gentlemen. You'll figure out it's kind of like reading the 10 pages a day. If you'll read 10 pages a day in the course of a year, you've read 15 to 20 books. Reading 10 pages isn't a whole lot. Doesn't seem like it's very significant, but it is. That's the same way with your goals. If you'll do a little bit every day, guys, it'll be crazy for you. And then number 7 is never quit. Never quit. Never quit. Never quit. Because you don't know when the next person you talk to might be your Mark Bennett. You never know. You know, I'll end with this. I challenge us all. Everybody look up here and get my challenge, because I'm done. They give us an opportunity, but the opportunity is no good unless you take advantage of it. Guys, make a commitment today that you're going to give this thing everything you've got between now and ignition. That's right. That's not very long, guys. This time passes fast, but I think here's what'll happen. If you'll really do that, you're going to be real happy come ignition, because you're going to accomplish a lot. If you'll let stream get into it. You're going to accomplish a lot, and all of a sudden you're going to be pumped up about life, ladies and gentlemen. All of a sudden you'll realize you can do things you never thought you could. I believe with all my heart, guys, there's going to be 2 groups of us in this room. There's going to be the group that's glad they did, and there's going to be the group that wishes they had, because this is going to happen without any one of us in this room. God bless you. Wake up, guys. One of the guys that I don't think we could do without is this guy. He is amazing. I call him all the time for help and advice, and asking him what I need to be doing. Please give it up for Mr. Blake Over.